Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game of Age of Empires 4 on the public update preview. And today we've got one banger of a game because it's Salami playing as the Holy Roman Empire and Fei Chan playing as the Delhi Sultanate. Now, the reason why I'm so looking forward to this matchup is because of the new Delhi unit. Because this new Delhi unit that they've got, the Ghazi Raider, it does bonus damage up against armored units. And you know what civilization loves making heavily armored units? The Holy Roman Empire. I mean, we quite often see the Holy Roman Empire making lots of Age 2 men-at-arms. And especially in Age 3. It's sort of their core unit, right? They've got so many unique techs for them. Marching drills, a great tech, heavy maces. What else? Double-handed swords. So, like, obviously the Holy Roman Empire, they love their men-at-arms, and they also love their knights. But the Delhi, they now have a new unit in H2 that can deal with that. And you got to remember they can also upgrade them to the veterancy upgrade as well. So they're still going to be relevant in H3. So we're going to have to see how this does for the Delhi in this matchup, because it used to be a little bit Holy Roman Empire favored. But honestly, this matchup was relatively even before. Not too much in it. And especially on a map like Lipany, Delhi, probably a little bit favored. Just because it's a lot easier to wall in the sacred sites, a lot easier to wall up the map. But honestly, this Lipany spawn, it's not that bad for the Holy Roman Empire. The cliffs seem very minimal. Not a lot of cliffs. Sometimes we see some absolutely ridiculous cliffs on Lipany. A lot of this left-hand side of the map is still open up. But I gotta say, this sacred site over here is very easy for Fei to wall up. I don't think ooh, you might be able to sneak a villager there. I think we can see on the mini-map just slightly that you can probably bring a villager. But either way, easy to wall this up, and boom, you got a sacred site for yourself. We're gonna have to see how that does for Fate. But for the time being, Salami gonna be aging up. That's a lot of villagers right there. 10 villagers on the Arkan Chapel. Salami desperately wants to get this age up through extremely fast. Only 3 villagers left on the villagers right there. Gonna be moving into a second town center now. This is interesting. I mean, it's not very often that we see players look to rush up the Arkan Chapel this much. 10 villagers, that's a lot. Usually we see like 6. Maybe even 7, but yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. But I mean, you will be able to get in that buff relatively quickly. I don't think the buff will affect the stone, unfortunately. We have to take a look as soon as the age up comes through. Yeah, not even close. But we'll get the woodline, we'll get the gold, we'll get the sheep. So I guess rushing that up will mean you effectively get a scholar, not a scholar, sorry, a prelate for free, which is always nice. But yeah, interesting choice by Salami there. But we see Fate going to be aging up with the Dome of the Faith, interestingly. I mean, I guess if you're looking to use a lot of the new units, or like the Ghazi Raider, it doesn't get affected by the Tower of Victory. So I guess in this circumstance, it makes sense to age up with the Dome of the Faith. But I mean, the Tower of Victory is still a landmark that I think we're going to be seeing a lot of. But honestly, I like that we've got 2 landmarks for the Delhi that we see a nice variation of. I think it's something that's nice for all Delhi landmarks, to be honest. Maybe the House of Learning needs a little bit of a buff, but apart from that, all of their landmarks are relatively evenly used. Can't say the same for the Holy Roman Empire, though. Minework, not a landmark that we see that often. And now we see Salami going to be moving out there for that stone. And actually going to be pulling his prelate back here to buff all of those up. To be honest, if I'm Salami, I reckon you just pull the villagers back here every now and then. Just pull them back into the circle and then put them back on the stone. I feel like that's more efficient than bringing your prelate out. It does require some more micro, but well, yeah, back to the landmarks. I think the Holy Roman Empire, they could do with some more minework buffs. They did get some unique techs added to the minework in Season 4. But honestly, I feel like if they just buff those unique upgrades, I think that could bring the minework back. As for the other 2 ages of landmarks, I feel like they're relatively balanced in use. The Burgrave and the Regnants. Two landmarks that are pretty good. And then you got the Elves batch and the Swabia. I like the variation Holy Roman Empire I've got. I think the mine work just needs a little bit of a buff. We see Faye gonna look to get out the first of the Guzzi Raiders. And now they do cost a little bit more. They cost 110 food, 30 wood. But more damage, more health. You see they got 140 health, 12 damage here in H2. And they do counter heavily armored units. And no units coming out from Salami yet. Is getting up his second Tan Center over on the Seer patch. Actually has the Prelate here as well, buffing these up. Maybe expecting the Guzzi Raiders to come in from Fei-chan. Arkan Chapel. Doesn't have a Prelate inside. We got another... We have one coming from the TC though. Should be able to garrison inside of there. Fei-chan. Where's she gone with that Raider? Okay. Gonna be pulling back. So hasn't spotted out this second town center yet. Salami gets that up. Gonna be able to safely get that one there. Looks like Fei-chan's going to be trying to find some raids in here. Salami going to be dropping down a blacksmith. Lancer still out for the Guzzi Raiders. I'm not sure if that's intentional. I would think it is. Because obviously their new sort of thing is that they've got a mace. Which I think it's kind of odd if they've still got a spear with them for the charge. But it is what it is, right? But we're going to have to see how this unit looks to do here, because it's going to be running in underneath the TC. It is still quite a squishy unit, despite it having +2 range defense. It is still relatively close to a horseman. You can see there quite a bit of damage being done to that horseman. But we don't have Iron Undermesh in, so maybe with Iron Undermesh, this is a different story. We see here Salami going to be dropping down double barracks and a stable with this. You know, I'd love to see a farm man video with like 10 Guzzi Raiders versus 10 horsemen. I think that would be an interesting one. Or at least like a resource equivalent of Guzzi Raiders versus horsemen. I think that would be an interesting one to see. See which one does better. Because in this position, does Salami look to go into... Does he look to go into horsemen of his own? They have less damage. Less health. But they're cheaper. It looks like Salami is going to be going into some spears. And also some men-at-arms. Okay, this is interesting. He's actually making 2 men-at-arms right here. That's a surprise. Oh, man. Okay, so, I mean, men-at-arms used to be alright versus horsemen before. But this is going to be really interesting to see how Salami does up against Guzzi Raiders here. As they do, we read here. Where does it say? Increased effectiveness against armored units. There it is. And now Fei-chan, Sanctity is in from the mosque, from the House of Learning probably, or the mosque, and she's going to be capturing up all 3 sacred sites right there simultaneously. Very nice. I'm sure we'll have maybe a villager coming out very soon to wall this up. I feel like this is just a free sacred site right here, just a wall. But Fei-chan going to be keeping up the pressure here with the Guzzi Raiders. Horsemen for Salami are coming out. Looking to deny Faye away from that sacred site. And I've actually noticed sacred sites have had a little update when it comes to the noise. The same with Wololos. They've all had a little update, which is nice to see. Sounds a little bit more dramatic. We do see there all 3 sacred sites have been attempted to be stopped. This looks like Salami will be able to get one of them here after taking out that wolf. But Faye building up a nice little mass. Up to 8 Guzzi Raiders. 2 scholars out in the field, as well as 4 archers. More scholars looking to get pulled as well. Does look like Faye not going to be looking to... Oh, I take that back. We got 2 Guzzi Raiders on the way, and that should be able to stop Salami though. 1 spear in here for Salami. Could be the game changer. We got +1 melee defense in for Faye. Yeah, and we see that Faye, I don't think he's going to be able to take this fight. It's going to be a close one. This one might be going down. In fact, manages to keep it alive. Salami, nice micro coming out of him right there. Wolf also taking out Faye, and that will mean Salami should be able to win this fight. In saying that, though, the extra health, have a look at that. The extra health, the extra damage means Faye actually wins that. Well, there you have it. Guzzy Raider versus Horseman. The Guzzy Raider. Oh my goodness, I missed a huge fight. We got men-at-arms, spears, and horsemen in here for Salami. Faye-chan. She's got a few scholars, a few archers, and quite a few of these Guzzy Raiders with the +1 melee defense and attack. Means she's able to completely wipe out Salami right there. Wow, even with that many men-at-arms, I saw quite a few men-at-arms in there. This unit is actually a game changer for the Delhi. Because the men-at-arm used to be like the Holy Roman Empire's secret weapon, because you need a lot of units to try and take out those men-at-arms. But these Guzzy Raiders absolutely obliterated them. Salami still building up his men-at-arm mass. Interesting that he's deciding to stick with this unit despite Faye having so many of these Guzzy Raiders. But I've got to say, Salami, he's not looking in a terrible position. He's up by quite a few vills. He's up by 16 vills at the moment. But Faye is equaling that out with these sacred sites. But that is Salami can look to try and stop that. But at the same time, Faye can look to get in some good raids. Try and hold the sacred sites for as long as possible. And she does also have the bigger mass with a lot more army value. We see she's up to almost 4,000 army value, whereas Salami only at 1,500. Looks like Faye is going to be chasing down the horseman. Let's look at the movement speed. So we've got 1.88 for Guzzy Raiders and 1.88 for horsemen. So no movement speed changes here for the Guzzy Raider. Looks like Slimy's trying his best to try and take out one of these sacred sites, but not looking too good for him right there. Faye, he's on top of it. Interestingly, with no walls either. I mean, you can just take your control over to this left-hand side of the map. And it takes so long for Salami to get to this right one. It means you can really focus your attention over here. But Faye, with all that gold from these sacred sites, is now going to be aging up. Compound of the Defender is going to be the way. No changes to the Compound of the Defender or the House of Learning for the Delhi. So we're still going to be seeing this landmark. Probably most of the time it is just the better landmark that we've been seeing. Salami looking to get in a couple of raids here. Also going to be running in here with his army. That's a huge army. 5 men-at-arms, 6 spears. Scholar going to be going down. Oh, manages to do some fancy micro right there into the... well, it wasn't really fancy micro, but smart from Salami. Oh, no, not smart from Salami. Smart from Faye, garrisoning that Vil inside the Scholar. Guzzy Raiders still looking to be a little bit of a pain. Maybe able to push Salami off these berries. In fact, Salami doesn't have any army at home here. That's going to be a Scholar going down. Not a Scholar, sorry, a Prelate. And maybe even a Villager here as well. That increased damage means these Guzzy Raiders are going to be able to kill villagers a little bit quicker than your regular old horsemen. But Salami, he's got to think about even bigger issues than Guzzy Raiders, because we got 3 sacred sites ticking down. We've only got 6 minutes left. And with the Compound of the Defender coming through, Faye is going to be on stone. And that means we're going to start to see some keeps coming down. Faye is going to be able to start to pick up these relics as well. And saying that Scholar will be going down, but not a huge deal for Faye when you got the Dome of the Faith. Only 65 gold right there for a single Scholar. And Salami is able to clean up that Guzzy Raider mass. Faye going to be able to push out here. Unupgraded units. Upgrades are coming in. This is a fight Salami is more willing to take, but still not a great fight. And with that, the Warlord coming through, we can hear that new sound coming through. Salami not looking in a good position right now. The only thing he's got going for him is that 20 villager lead. Going to be aging up now with the Regnant's Cathedral. He's going to be able to pick up those relics, and hopefully he can get a couple of them. In saying that, Faye has 4 relics coming home right now. He's only going to be able to secure up the 1. Which, that's a rough one. So they're going to be on... so Faye is actually going to be on double the amount of gold income purely from relics. And then you got to add on top all of the sacred sites, which does look like Salami. Oh, it's going to be a close one. I think Faye manages to keep it. She needs to get a man-at-arm on the sacred site. Oh, Salami gets it just in time. Lucky Salami right there. Going to take the pressure off him a little bit. Will allow him to focus in the base a little bit longer. Pregnance is up. That one relic will be able to come back home. Looks like another sacred site will get denied out here as well. And Salami's going to be heading back home. Well, actually, this isn't back home. This is far from home. And phase upgrade's going to shortly come in soon. And this is probably when she's going to look to make a little push into Salami's base, though. Salami is getting the upgrades through for the men-at-arms, as well as the spears. Salami, not exactly sure what he's up to here. I mean, probably just looking to distract a little bit. Faye going to be finally looking to click up with those upgrades from the compound of the defender. Something we see a lot of people just they just tend to forget about the upgrades that you get from the compound of the defender. It's like, yeah, you gotta really remember to click these buttons. I feel like that's probably something that could be automatically done with this landmark, but it is what it is, right? You get all your upgrades for free. I feel like the least you can do is remember to click them. But not a big deal here for Faye. Only like a minute delay on that. But not going to be a huge deal right there for her. No keepers down yet anyway. We've actually got some tower war elephants coming out. Interesting to see right there. Now guys, if you are enjoying this, feel free to subscribe, you know, why not? We got plenty of games coming out to you guys. So why not subscribe? It's free. The button's just below you. Just scroll down a little bit if you're on a phone. And if you're watching on a PC, then it's one click away. And if you're on a TV, then yeah, then maybe don't bother subscribing. That sounds like a lot of effort. Fun fact, there's like 11% of you guys that watch on a TV, so shout out to you guys. But Salami, looks like he's going to want to capture up this sacred site as well. Wait, moving out with a villager over here. Not exactly sure. Wait. Is this Vil coming all the way this way to finish a wall? Oh my god, it is. It is. I hate when this happens. Your Vils start going on massive journeys around the whole map. The Vil's literally gone from all the way around here from Salami's base. No, it hasn't. It came from here. Never mind, ignore me. It still went a pretty long way, right? I don't even know what it's doing. Okay, right. We'll leave that Vil to do whatever that Vil does. And it looks like Slime's going to be moving out now with a huge mass of men-at-arms here. I felt like this is where the Guzzi Raider, sorry, is going to be really helpful here for Fei-chan, but doesn't have many in here. Going to be relying on the tower elephants with a few crossbows in here to deal with the damage. And Salami is actually taking a pretty effective fight right here. The tower elephants are doing quite a lot of damage though. Archer's going to be focusing down the spears, and we got more and more units coming in here for Faye. And actually, Salami's... a lot of his army is being taken out here. We've got a few men-at-arms left, a couple Landsnacks, but they're being focused down. 7 barracks is up here for Salami. Not going to be enough. We got Scholars in here as well for Faye, healing up that elephant. Perfect to micro coming through. It looks like Salami's going to be in some trouble. Having to rush up a siege workshop here. Probably going to be for a mangonel. Salami does actually manage to get up that sacred side, so that's going to be some nice passive gold income for him right there. But Faye at the moment just looking to pump out these tower elephants with the Scholars, with a few men-at-arms, a few crossbows in there as well. Really looking to pump out the crossbows. Guzzi Raiders. Unfortunately, oh, I say that. There's another one in the queue. Okay, that's what I like to see. I like to see the new units in the pack. But Salami's farming economy has been greatly disturbed here. Around the Archon Chapel is really where you want to get your farming going, but unfortunately for him, going to get completely pushed off this eco, as he does need to rebuild in the base here. Mangonel is out for him. It's going to be exactly what he needs here. He had this in the last fight. This could look This could be looking very, very different right now, but you gotta remember, Salami, his villager count right now is looking very, very decent. He's also got one Regnant's Relic back in the outpost, so that's gonna be some nice gold income for him. He also got the Sacred Site. You know, Salami's definitely not out of this, but he needs to deal with this army from Faye. If he can deal with the army from Faye, try and take out a couple of these Sacred Sites, he's gonna be looking much, much better. But the question is, how can he deal with this army? I mean, this is a huge mass right here. Mangonels is definitely going to be one of those ways. 2 Mangonels out from Salami right here. And we got no siege looking to get added in yet for Faye. Not even a siege workshop down. Wallow going to be happening here. This could be huge for Salami. Oh, it gets taken out. Oh, the tower elephants right there. Being able to shoot and move came in absolutely clutch right there for Salami. Oh, for Faye, sorry. Salami, that could have been huge for him. Getting conversion on even like one of these tower elephants is game changing. Mangonel's going to be creeping forward now for Salami. Looking to take out the tower elephants here with just mass spears. Guzzy Raiders going to be coming in from behind. Mangonel's getting some nice shots in. The question is this Spearman mass big enough here? Guzzy Raiders trying to get off some shots there. Not a lot of men-at-arms here for this unit to try and fight with. Those Mangonels getting off some decent damage here. But the Spearman numbers starting to run low here for Salami. More Lance Connects coming out from Salami. Those 2 Mangonels get taken out. And with this, Salami not looking in a good position. He needed to hold on longer. He couldn't take the fight. We've got more Mangonels on the way. I felt like the Spearman mass just wasn't big enough. And that's just down to Salami here not having a lot of food. Going to be moving on to gold. That's a lot of builds on gold right there. Interesting to see. It looks like, oh, Salami. He's moved the relic. He's moved it. Okay, I thought Faye was about to nab the relic, but Salami, he's going to be retreating back with it. Needs to get maybe an outpost up here with some fortifications with the Springled. That will really help out in a battle. You want to be focusing the fights underneath your TC where you can have towers with Springleds, etc. More barracks is going to get dropped down here for Salami. More units on the way. I mean, Faye, she's just got a little bit of everything mixed in here. We got lots of crossbows, a few archers, lots of men-at-arms, lots of scholars, a few spears, some Tower of War elephants. We got more and more stuff on the way, so it's going to be primarily men-at-arms, crossbow, and Tower War elephants coming up from Faye. And this is what's so nice about Delhi Castle Age. You don't need to invest into siege to take out production. Just make Tower War elephants. You know, this unit is absolutely great in this position. We see Faye taking out so many resources there. And Faye, Aussie Raiders right here. Going to be pushing Salami off of that gold. 24 villagers, 3 prelates being taken off. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, it's alright. It's alright. Salami, he's arrived with the spears. But I mean, this could also be bad for Salami, because Faye's going to know, okay, so Salami's invested into this huge Spearman army, and it's all the way over here on this gold mine. What's in the base then? Nothing. Just Mangonels. But I've got to say, Salami, there's one way back into this game. It's 100% with Mangonels. You know, Salami, he's managed to secure himself up this gold. Have we got keeps coming in yet from Faye? Yes, we do. We got one keep in over on the berries. We got one over here on the... That's not berries. Farms. One over here on the stone. I'm surprised we don't have more on the sacred sites, to be honest. Salami looking to try and deny the sacred sites, trying to take away as much economy from Faye as possible. But honestly, Faye's looking better and better. The longer that she can keep her army alive, just keeping pressure on Salami, the longer she can just keep on pumping bills out of these keeps and going to be able to catch up with Salami. And that's when Salami's going to be looking in a pretty dire position. You can see here Salami. He's able to clean up the Guzzy Raiders. Does lose a lot in the process though. We see Faye up to 100 military units here. Or 100 pop of military units. Salami down to 34. It does look like the relic from the Regnants is going to get nabbed here. I'll be very surprised if Salami can look to grab this, but looks like he's going to be moving out now. 10 Lance Connects in here. 6 men-at-arms. 6 spears, 4 men-at-arms, and 5 Mangonels. He needs to get some... Honestly, I'm surprised he's not going forward with this. He's getting a huge shot on here while Faye's not paying attention. 5 mangonels will take out pretty much everything right there, but Regnant's going to be coming through with emergency repairs, but it's not enough. The siege damage coming out from 5 tower war elephants is so huge. And now, Faye gonna have some rocks thrown at her. Is able to pull back in time though. Not a lot of damage being put onto that force. Regnant's is down, which means Relic not going to be generating double income. And Faye going to be looking to raid on the left-hand side. Salami looking to force down a keep over here. It's a lot of vills on the keep. He's going to need to get this up. He needs to fight on 2 fronts at the moment. This keep will get up, though. That's a lot of vills over there, and Faye realizes that. Going to have to pull back. But Faye looking in an increasingly better position here. Going to be dropping a keep on this right-hand sacred site. And with that, I think Faye could just go for a sacred win, to be honest. I mean, she's creeping back in vills. I feel like if you just wipe out the mangonels from Salami, you pretty much guarantee you'll win. Faye gonna be taking a fight here. More Guzzy Raiders. 4 elephants. Back on the march. 6 mangonels here from Salami. Ooh, almost get some nice shots off right there. This is definitely what he needs to come back into this. And saying that Salami, he's got a lot of lance connects right there. These are the damage dealers. Mangonel's going to be focusing down the ranged mass. And I've got to say, Salami, is he going back into this? I mean, Faye currently has an equal amount of vills. And now he's actually taking the lead. Salami massively idled. 63 villagers idled. So many vills going back into the TC. And with that, Salami can't sustain reinforcement production. And with that, his mass gets completely wiped out. Mangonel's going to look to get taken out. Don't think he's got the... Yeah, he hasn't got greased axles. Isn't going to be able to run these mangonels back. And even if he does, they're going to be running into even more men-at-arms. Mangonel's getting absolutely obliterated right here. Salami, huge idle vills. And with that, good game gets called. What a game right there. Faye looking to show off the power of the Guzzy Raider at the beginning of the game. And then just completely takes the game by storm. If you did enjoy this game, please do feel free to leave a like. Maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.